Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, it is 4:53 p.m. on Tuesday the 1st of May. Welcome to a new vlog, to a new reading month where anything is possible. So I've had a bit of a weird day today. So I went to work this morning, but I think I mentioned to you guys that I got stung by a bee. I think I mentioned it in the last vlog. I got stung by a bee on Sunday and I thought it was all right, but I wasn't convinced that I got the sting, like the actual stinger from the bee all the way out. And then this morning when I woke up, my hand was like where I was stung was a little bit sore and it was starting to get a little bit swollen. So I ended up having to make a doctor's appointment. And so I ended up having to leave work halfway through the day to go to the doctor's appointment, and I've ended up just working from home for the afternoon, which kind of ended up working out all right because it meant I was able to take a break to film my wrap up while the light was still good, and I thought I'd film this clip while the light was still good as well. I do still have some work that I need to do to like make up for the time that I've lost, but it was good that I got to film that while the lighting was still good. And my hand is all right. The doctor ended up just like lancing the sting and getting the stinger out because there was a bit of the stinger still in there, and I've got a script for antibiotics in case it starts to get infected, because it can get infected when you have the stinger still in, so I just need to keep an eye on it, but I'm all good. So I did start a new book today. I haven't finished anything today, but I did start a new book today. I'm reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is a reread for me. I read the Grisha trilogy a couple of years ago now, like maybe 2015? Yeah, I reckon it was 2015. And I really, really loved it. But I do have coming up soon on my TBR the Six of Crows duology. And I wanted to reread this trilogy. I know you don't need to, but I wanted to reread this trilogy before I read that. So I've started on this one. I'm really loving it. I read this like to and from work, and I'm on page 118. I say really enjoying it. Oh, I did also start an audiobook today. I'm 32% of the way through The Witch by Ronald Hutton. So this is The Witch, A History of Fear from Ancient Times to the Present. This is a non-fiction book, and I have to admit, I'm not loving it. I thought this would be such an interesting subject matter, but I'm finding it really dry, and my mind is wandering a lot. Like, it's kind of the situation where if I had another audiobook lined up to listen to, I have considered DNFing it if I had something else to listen to, but I don't, so I probably will continue on with it until I finish it, but it's definitely not as interesting. I really was looking forward to reading this. I was really hoping it was going to be really interesting, but unfortunately, so far, it's not. I don't have much going on tonight. I do want to edit and upload that wrap up tonight. It's not going up till Thursday morning, but I'm not going to have another chance because I've got training tomorrow night. So I want to get that done tonight so I just don't have to worry about it. But I do also want to do some more bullet journaling stuff that I'm almost done with all my May stuff. So I want to get that done. I also want to plan out the rest of my TBR for the month because I don't really know exactly what I'm reading this month. But that is about it. Apart from that, I'll just be reading, watching BookTube. So yeah, that is it I think for this clip. I'll check in with you guys when I get home from work tomorrow, let you know how I'm getting on with Shadow and Bone. I reckon maybe I will have finished this by the next time I talk to you because I'm like a third of the way through and I'm hoping to get another big chunk of this read tonight. So hopefully I'll get this finished tomorrow. But yeah, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday the 2nd of May. I just got home from work and I got quite a bit of reading done today, so I wanted to give you guys an update. So last night I got to about page, I think it was like 230 something in Shadow and Bone. And then I ended up finishing that today while I was at work. Really, really enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed the whole trilogy the first time, so I was trying to grab my phone. I really enjoyed it the first time that I read it. I think I'm just going to double check. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4.5 stars the first time, and I'm not going to change my rating. I'm not a big believer in changing ratings because I hate when I'm hearing someone talk about rereading a series and they're talking about how, you know, the book had all problems with this and this in the first book, and then the second book was so great, and then when they reread it, they're like, oh, I see everything in the first one now, so now I'm going to rate it higher. And I'm like, but the whole point is that if you just read that first book, like, it doesn't mean just because the second book answered questions and now you know the answers when you read the first book, doesn't mean that the first book didn't have problems. So no, I'm a bit dicey on, and I actually think that maybe when I read this series, which I'm going to judge as I continue on with the trilogy, that maybe I wasn't as harsh. I've always been a harsh rater of books, but maybe I wasn't as harsh as I am now. And that will I still think that these books are maybe as higher rated as what, because I believe I gave the first one a 4.5 star rating, and I think I gave both the second and the third 5 stars, and I had problems with the third book. So thinking back, I'm like, why did I give it 5 stars? But it obviously left like a big impact, enough for me to want to give it 5 stars. Anyway, we're just real rambling now. I just wanted to check did I write a review of this? I thought I did. Where is my review? Oh, maybe because I've changed it to currently reading. Does that mean that your review disappears? Shit. I hope not. Hold on. I'm going to rate it and then see if my review comes back. I better not have lost the review. That would suck. No, here it is. Okay, for some reason you can't see it if you've got the book marked as currently reading, which is fine. So my review. Oh, wow. I wrote a lot more than I thought. I'm just going to give it a quick skim. So the characters in this book are great. They're also complex. I enjoy reading about all of them. That's true. Alina is a really relatable protagonist. I can totally understand why a child deprived of a lot of love growing up the way Alina did would be so taken in by the Darkling. I still think that. Plot is also really good. I enjoyed the story and can't wait to see where it goes in future books. Well, I know where it goes in future books, but I did still really enjoy it. The reason I docked this book half a star was just that I felt that the story could have done with a little more world building. I still think that. I still felt like even reading this one, even knowing what I know, I was like, I recognized, I was like, man, I do think the world building could have been better in this first book. And that Alina, while a great character, is very focused in some parts of the story on looks. She values herself based on how she looks, and is very conscious of how other girls look. And while I find this a little annoying at points, I do think it's probably quite realistic. So that is true, and I actually noticed that a lot while reading it again this second time. There's a lot of like girl on girl type of, of Alina noticing a character named Zoya, like how attractive she is, and thinking less of her basically automatically because she's beautiful. Not because she's beautiful, because she's got a character in the book also named Genya, who's also really, really beautiful, she is friends with. But a lot of her comments about why she doesn't like Zoya are like directed like, oh, look at her, and she's, because she's focused on her looks and, blah, blah, blah. So I still had problems with that, and I still think the world building, but I'm sticking to my 4.5 star rating. Really, really enjoyed it. Anyway, I went on a whole tangent, and we just got a nice little insight into, when did I originally read this? 2015, Karen? I feel like it was 2015, but let's check. It could have been 2016. I don't know, because it has my date of when I read it now. Does it have my original? It says 2 years ago. So maybe 2016? I'm not 100% sure. So I finished that. I then started, so the next couple of books, I've got 2 books that I want to pick up next from my Kindle, of like the older backlist books from my Kindle that I'm trying to get through, which I wanted to pick up. I'm picking up 2 just because I looked and they're both novellas. And I actually ended up completing the first novella. So this book that I read is called Cautious by Elizabeth Nelson. Like I said, it's a novella. I think it says it's new adult, but I'm not sure what about it makes it new adult, because I don't think the characters' ages are ever really said, and they're not in college. I would have just assumed it was an adult. Ah, Winnie, no. Her and the bloody couch. She's got a scratching post, which she literally does not use, but the couch she loves. Anyway, yeah, so I would just classify this as like an adult romance, erotica, novella type thing. This was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So this, I think, is like a 70-page novella, and I made so many notes in my phone while I was reading this. It was really, really bad. So it's all about this girl who is in a really serious car accident, and this guy gets her, who happens to be a fireman, who is driving past, and he stops and like helps her and whatever, and then a romance ensues between the two of them. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that kind of cheesy, cheesy romance plot. I did have a lot of problems with the way So right from the get-go, I was like, what is happening? She's just been in a really serious car accident, lost consciousness several times, wakes up in the hospital after having been unconscious for what seems to be overnight, because she had this car accident at night and then it's like the next day. And she wakes up and she's like, what happened? And the nurse is like, oh, here you go, take these pain pills, which I was like, are they just going to give you pain pills? Like, to take pills? Would you not have like some kind of pain relief like drip in? I didn't believe that part, but whatever. I was like, okay. Then they literally are like, okay, so here you go, you can go home now. And I was like, what? They're like, oh, you know, you've just got a few bruises and you have a concussion. I was like, she's been unconscious like overnight. And like, are you seriously just letting her go? Like the minute she wakes up, you're like, okay, you can leave now. So I was like, not buying this. Anyway, then she has 2 unexpected random encounters with the guy who pulled her out of the car. So she runs into him in her shopping center, because of course she does, like while she's doing groceries. She hits him with her shopping cart, of course. Then he happens to be the stepson of her landlord, who has to get called around because she accidentally catches her stove on fire, and then the landlord calls the stepson to come check it out. Lo and behold, it's him again. Of course. A lot of these type of romance things are really cheesy like that, and that's fine. I can get, like, I don't love it, but I can get not used to it. I can be okay with it and just like look past it, but this had some lines in it. So Aaron, the main guy, so it's Aaron and Misty, and Aaron, this is a quote from Aaron. Misty Bauer was a woman who needed a man like him to care for her. Oh, hi, Winnie. Winnie thought it was crap too, everyone. Don't hit me in the face. Misty Bauer was a woman who needed a man like him to care for her, and that was exactly the type of woman he wanted. And I was like he recognizes and goes on and on about how controlling and like how he likes to be in power and blah, blah, blah. And she's supposed to have just got out of this terrible relationship with a guy exactly like this, but of course it's different with Aaron. And then there's at one point on their very first date, they're talking about how she asks about his dad or something, and he's talking about how his dad died, and about how his dad died in a house fire while he was in bed with his mistress. And then immediately they start to make out, and I was like, oh, that's a real sexy mood setter. Like, what? And then he talks at another point, did I write this down? Yeah, he knew from the moment he saw her that he had to have her. And I was like, you mean when she was lying unconscious on the ground after a serious car accident? How romantic. And then, like, so they have this one day. Of course they have sex. That's fine. Like, you know, whatever. Some people have sex on the first date. Some people don't. Like, whatever. I don't have a problem with that. But then she doesn't want to spend the night with him. She's very firm about it. She wants some space, blah, blah, blah. And so they separate for the night. She then wakes up the next morning in her apartment and he's in bed next to her. I was like, what the actual fuck? Her sister had let him in and he just like got into bed with her, and like apparently I was just like, oh, this is so terrible. There was also some really terrible lines in the sex scenes that I'm not going to go into because it's real graphic content, but I was like, what? Like, at a couple of bit, like, is this supposed to be sexy? And like, to each their own, like, some people find different stuff sexy, but I was like, there was a particular line that if I've written a review by this point, I'm definitely going to write a review of this on Goodreads. I'll leave a link to it in the description box down below, and I'll spoiler tag the quote in it so that you guys can, if you're really interested, go and review the spoiler tag and you'll be able to see the really sexy line that I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm shitting all over this book, but I really didn't like it. I'm not sure, I literally didn't even add it to my Goodreads as currently reading. So I don't know what I'm rating it yet. I would say like a 1.5, like at the most, like a 1.5. I need to think on it a little bit, but not good. So I have another novella to pick up. Do I know? Did I write down what that is? I hope I did. It's called Engagement Party. I don't know who it's by, but I will report on that tomorrow when I check in with you guys. I have training tonight, so I'm hoping that maybe I could just get that novella read before I go to bed, because it is another novella, and then that would be really awesome. I would have a bunch of books already under my belt for the month. I did also continue listening to the audiobook today for The Witch, but I didn't listen to very much of it. So I listened to, I think, like 6%, so I'm 38% of the way through this now. I'm really not enjoying it. I put it on hold. I'm not sure if I'm DNFing it. So I put it on hold. I just paused it and got out of it and thought, I'm just going to go, because I'm finding it really boring, really struggling to take in any of the information in it. So I'm just going to put it on hold for a bit, and I'm going to go listen to the podcast episodes that I've got like banked up on my podcast. I'll listen to those and then decide if I want to go back to it. And I've listened to most of the, I think I've got one podcast episode that I'm like in the middle of, and once I finish that, I don't think there's any others, and I'm not that inclined to go back to it at this point, so I may DNF that, but I'll update you guys on that tomorrow with my final decision. I don't even have another audiobook lined up, but it's so boring. I really thought this would be such interesting subject matter, but it's so boring. Anyway, so I went on some real tangents in this particular clip, so hope you guys like Rambly Karen. And we had some little guest appearances from Winnie, and she was being real cute. And now she's pulling something apart over there. Oh no, it's okay. It's something she's allowed to have. Anyway, this is a constant struggle with the cat. I literally see her like with something and I'm like, what is that? Is that something you're supposed to have or something you've stolen? Because it's not like with dogs. Like my parents' dog like can't get up onto stuff. Like if you put something up on something, then the dog just can't get it. It's not like that with cats. You can put stuff up somewhere. The cat will get it. So it's a constant, does she have it? Does she not have things, like, you know, what she has, is she allowed to have it? It's a constant struggle. But yeah, she's always in a really rambunctious mood when I get home from work. So I think she spends the entire day sleeping when I'm not here. And then when I get home, she thinks it's playtime, which is fine. I love playing with her, which I'm going to go do right now because I've just fed her and now she's eaten her dinner and she wants to play. So yeah, that is it for this clip. I will check in with you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Hopefully I will have finished that novella and I will have started a whole new book tomorrow. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow and let you know what I've read when I talk to you then. This is such a rambly clip. Sorry, bye. Hi guys, it is 6:46 p.m. on Thursday, the 3rd of May. A lot later than I normally update you guys. When I got home from work, it's been totally pouring here basically all day, and so there was already no lighting when I got home, so I just didn't bother to film the clip straight away, and I'm filming it now instead because we were going to have shitty lighting no matter what. So has anything been going on that I want to tell you guys about? I don't think so. It's been pretty standard. Had soccer training last night, came home, went to bed, went to work, came home from work. That's my life. So I have done reading though. So I did read and complete that novella that I was talking about yesterday. I was going to start The Engagement Party by Kimberly Freeman. This is basically about a girl who's engaged and it's on the day of her engagement party. This pissed me off because it turns out, I'm pretty sure, that this is not actually a novella. It's literally just like the first chapter of a larger book, I assume, like a book with a different title. So like author is putting it out there as a novella, but it's not. It's literally the first chapter. This has no ending. It just ends totally abruptly. No like succinct story, just completely. So I gave it 2 stars because the writing stuff in it wasn't bad or anything like that, but it did really make me a little bit mad. Because like, don't do that. Like, at least advertise it as being the first chapter of your book. Don't like advertise it as being a novella when it's not a novella. It's just a chapter out of a book. So that really annoyed me. So I read and completed that last night, and then I started. Why do I always put the books out of my reach? I started Siege and Storm today while I was at work, and I'm giving you guys some really shitty angles right now. I apologize. My bookmark is in the wrong spot, so let me figure out. This is fascinating footage I give you as I give you head cut off. Where? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is really, really terrible footage. So, I am on page 241. I am almost exactly halfway through, pretty much. Really enjoying it. This is the one, I gave this one 5 stars when I read it originally. Still really loving it. And I don't have anything going on tonight Oh, the cat just went down the back of the cabinet that she can't get out of on her own. Will she ever learn? She can get out of it on her own if I, like, assist her. So if I go over and move the curtain completely out of the way, then she can, like, jump up. But if I don't do that, then she just literally can't get out. And now you're going to probably hear that loud rattle sound for the rest of this clip because she constantly hits the blind against the window. It's a good time. Anyway, so yeah, really enjoying that. I've got nothing going on tonight. I'm just literally relaxing. Well, I'm relaxing. I was going to say relaxing with the cat, but I'm relaxing when he's not really. She is having a good old time with the blinds. So yeah, I've got nothing going on at all tonight. I don't have to film or edit anything. Nothing at all. I'm just literally gonna veg here on the couch, eat some dinner later, have a friggin' whale of a time reading and watching BookTube. That is literally my plans for the entire evening. And it's Friday tomorrow, so what more can you ask for? Well, I could ask that it's Friday already, but you know, we can't have everything in life. So, oh, she just knocked a CD off. That was probably my own stupid fault for having a loose CD sitting on top of the cabinet. It's probably gonna be really scratched. Anyway. So you guys just get all the joys of life with a kitten. So yeah, I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. I'm going to my niece's got a soccer game tomorrow, which I'm going to, but I think that's at 6:30. So I'll definitely have time to update you guys, like, between when I get home and when I leave for that. So I'll talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. I mean, I made it through halfway through Siege and Storm tonight, at work today, and I'm going to be reading more of it tonight, so potentially I'll have that finished. Oh, update on The Witch, the audiobook. I haven't officially DNF'd it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to. I had no desire whatsoever to pick it up today. I was just downloading more podcast episodes and listening to that instead because none of my other audiobook holds have come in. So, probably going to DNF that, but it's not official yet. I'll probably decide on that tomorrow. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I get home from work and let you know how I'm getting on. Bye, guys. Quick update, just to prove you can do anything if you just believe. Winnie made it out from behind the cabinet on her own. Go, Winnie. Okay, bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:44 p.m. on Friday, the 4th of May. I just got home from work a little while ago. Apologies for the crappy lighting. I wanted to do this update really quick because I'm going to my niece's soccer game. My mum is coming around really shortly because I'm taking my mum to the game. So she's going to be around here shortly. So in terms of a reading update, so last night I continued on with Siege and Storm and I got a really big chunk of this read last night. I was at page like 370. So a good chunk of it read. I then finished it today while I was at work. Because I only had like 60 pages, 60, 70 pages, something like that left to go. Really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as much as ever. I will say that I think I found Mal a little more annoying. Not a little more, not annoying. Annoying's not the right word. I don't want to use the word problematic either, though, because I don't really like the word problematic. But problematic. But I did still really enjoy it. I gave it 5 stars, like I mentioned in my clip yesterday. I'm not a huge believer in, like, rereading. But I thought it would be fun to revisit my review that I wrote for the last one. So let's quickly read the review. Okay, this was my review. Yes, exclamation mark, yes, exclamation mark, yes, exclamation mark. No second book syndrome here. This book was so good. The character development of Alina in this book is on point. She grew so much as a character in this book, and I already loved her from the last book. The character development of the Darkling was already really spot on, in my opinion. I agree with all of that. I actually wrote a note again this time about how much I liked the character progression that we get for Alina, and the Darkling is such a complex villain. I'm here for the Darkling. Like, I friggin' love him. I love Nikolai. I don't know how I feel in terms of the Nikolai v. Mal love interest issue, but I absolutely love Nikolai, and if Alina doesn't want him, he can definitely look me up. Okay. Slightly creepy. The ending of this book, so good. I've written so with literally like 12 O's. It was really just absolutely amazing, and I could not wait to pick up the third book. If you have read the first book and haven't picked up this sequel yet, do it now. So there you go. That was Karen circa 2 to 3 years ago. It's a review. Still agree with basically everything in that. Obviously, I know how I feel, read the issues with the love interests and all of the love triangles and all of that type of thing because I finished the series. I'm not going to comment on it, obviously, because it would be spoilers. But yeah, I still have pretty much the same feelings. I think this is, I know people don't love this trilogy as much as the Six of Crows duology. I obviously haven't read the Six of Crows duology, but I read this before that came out, and I really do love this trilogy. I just think it's really good. Leigh Bardugo, she knows what she's doing. So I finished that today. I then picked up and completed Giant Days Volume 5. I just finished this on the bus on the way home from work. I'm not going to say all the names of who this is by because John Allison is the main one. I think he's the only one who's been across all of the volumes, and everyone else, I just lied. I am going to read you all the names because why the heck not? So it's created and written by John Allison, illustrated by Max Sarin, inks by Liz Fleming, colors by Whitney Cougar, letters by Jim Campbell, cover by Lissa Tremaine, designer Michelle Ankley, associate editor Jasmine Amiri, and editor Shannon Waters. So there's a whole crap ton of people involved in this. I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this graphic novel series. If you don't know, this is basically a contemporary graphic novel series that follows 3 girls during their first year at university in the UK. Really enjoyable. It had a few bumps, like I think around, I can't remember which volume it was. There was one I didn't enjoy as much, volume 3 or volume 4. It got a bit episodic for me, but I did still enjoy it overall, but it did pick back up in the last volume, I think it was, and I really enjoyed this one as well. I'm not sure exactly what my rating is going to be. Like, I literally just finished it just on the way home, so I will probably have a look at what my ratings were on some of the other volumes and think about how I felt about them compared to those previous volumes, but I did really enjoy it. This one covers the very end of their first year at university and through kind of the summer holidays. Is it summer? Oh, do you guys do summer holidays in the UK when your school years end? Are you guys like the US? I'm not even sure, I realise. Like, I know the US school year runs from, like, September, you know, from, like, the fall through to, like, the end of spring, and then you have the summer off. Like, we don't do that here. I don't know if you guys know that. Fun fact about Australia, our school years run for, like, the calendar year. And our summer holidays obviously happen in summer, which is at the end of the year. So, anyway, I think it's the summer holidays, which obviously is in the middle of the year. I think it's the summer holidays, whatever. It's the end of the first university year and then the very start of their second year of university. Really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'll put the rating, my final decision on the rating on the screen for you guys. And that is it. I have next to pick up Mouse, but this is the complete graphic novel collection by Art Spiegelman. All I know about this is that it's a World War II depiction where the Nazis are cats and the Jewish people are, I'm not sure if they're mice or rats. Mouse. It's called Mouse. Sometimes I'm seriously stupid. And this won a Pulitzer Prize. I will say that just from having looked at it, I'm actually glad that I didn't end up I took this to work with me in case I got to it, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I know this is going to make me cry. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of plain black and white pencil sketch kind of drawing. It's not my favorite art style, but I think the story, like, this is a memoir type, like, it's not a memoir because I don't think it was written. It's biographical. I believe this is written by, I think, the grandson of a Holocaust survivor. I think. I'll have more details on this once I've read it. I'll look into it a bit closer, but I think the story, even though I'm not going to love the artwork that much, I think the story is just going to really hit me because obviously this is a truly horrible period of history. So, yeah, I want to say I'm looking forward to this. That's really not the right phrase, but I should definitely get this done over the weekend. I've actually made pretty good progress with my reading for the start of May. I finished, the first book, this book, Giant Days, the 2 novellas, and hopefully this. My aim is to really spend some time on this tomorrow and get this read. what do I have going on for the weekend? Let's talk about it. I think I mentioned I've got an engagement party tomorrow night, and I'm actually not playing soccer this weekend because our game the game is happening tomorrow night, and it clashes with the engagement party, so I'm not playing because I'm going to the engagement party. I've obviously got coffee and stuff tomorrow. I don't have anything else going on during the day tomorrow, but then the engagement party tomorrow night. And then Sunday, I'm not exactly sure what's happening. My brother's soccer team was playing away, and we were going to go, but I'm not sure that my brother's playing now because he has been injured, so I'm not sure. So I can update you on that throughout the weekend, but yeah, Sundays are generally, I normally am out like all day, so I don't have as much time to read, so I would really like to focus on this and get this read tomorrow, which I think is doable because it's a graphic novel. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty quick, although emotional. So yeah, that is it for this clip. I think the cat is going absolutely bonkers down there on the floor. I will check in with you guys at some point during the day tomorrow. A better lit clip, God bless. I say that now, I'll probably forget to film during the day and then you'll get a shittily lit clip, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I'll check in with you guys really soon, so talk to you guys then. Hi guys, it is, what time is it? 12 p.m. on Saturday the 5th of May. Just in the library car park. I actually have a book to pick up this week, which is alright because I didn't pick up any books last week and I only have one, and I actually think it's a graphic novel, spoiler alert. So I've come to pick that up. I also have to return Giant Days Volume 5 because I finished this. So last night I went to my niece's soccer game, came home, watched a movie, and then basically read a really tiny part of the Mouse graphic novel by Art Spiegelman. I literally read, I think, like 28 pages or something, so I've only read a little bit of that. I haven't read anything so far today. I went for coffee and such this morning. I then came home, did around the house, some around the house stuff, like, you know, really exciting stuff like changing the kitty litter, and I put on a load of washing, blah blah blah. Now I've come to the library to pick that up. I don't have anything going on this afternoon because I have the engagement party tonight. When I go home, I do need to figure out what I'm going to wear to the engagement party because I really, really don't want to wear a dress. And I have a few different types of like dressy pants. Like I've got a pair of like those like faux leather look leggings, which I think could work. And I've also got a pair of like form-fitting ponte pants, which I also think will work. But I don't know that I have any tops that are like dressy enough to wear to an engagement party. So I need to figure that out so that if I have to run out and try buy something, which I really, really, really don't want to do, I have time to do that. I also just don't want to be panicking when I'm getting ready, trying to figure out what I'm going to wear at the last minute, because then I'll end up wearing something I don't like and I'll just feel like crap, which may happen anyway, but we'll see. Anyway, so, and then I do want to try get as much of Mouse read this afternoon as I can as well, and then obviously at the engagement party this afternoon. So that is the afternoon and evening. I'm still not sure what's going on tomorrow. With soccer, we're not sure whether we're going to go to watch my brother's team play or not, because like I say, he's not actually playing, so we just haven't really decided whether we can be bothered or not. So I could actually end up being at home. I'll be at home at least in the morning tomorrow because there's no other games. Like my niece and my nephew both played last night and my dad's not playing, so I'll have my morning free, so I should definitely get through Mouse either this afternoon or if not finishing it tomorrow. That is about it for this clip. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow, definitely. Hopefully I can talk to you about how I'm feeling about Mouse. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is, oh, what time is it? Let me get my phone. 3 p.m. on Sunday, what is it, the 6th of May today? Yes, the 6th of May. I am having a very lazy day. So, when did I check in with you guys yesterday? I didn't have a whole lot going on in the afternoon. I filmed a couple of videos. I was really annoyed because my TBR was supposed to be uploaded last night and I made all the effort to take the time out, and I was worried I wasn't going to have enough time to get ready last night to edit it and get it exporting, which is the bit that takes the longest. And then I forgot to take the next step to actually upload it to YouTube. So now it's going up a day late, which is going to push everything out for the rest of the month, which is so annoying. But what can you do? So I had the engagement party last night. Excuse my appearance. I haven't brushed my hair or anything. This is just how we look. And then today, my parents and I decided not to go to my brother's game. And so tonight I didn't have anything going on at all today. So I've just spent a really lazy, nice day at home. I slept in a little bit this morning. I've just been snuggling with Winnie. I'll actually insert a really cute picture of her just here where she was snuggling under the covers on my bed. She's so cute. So I've just, basically been snuggling with the cat and doing a bit of reading and watching some booktube videos. It's just been one of those really nice, lovely, lazy days. So I did finish Mouse, the complete collection, just now. I didn't get as much of this read yesterday as I was hoping to because, as I said once, by the time I filmed those 2 videos and then edited the first one, even though I didn't upload it, and then spent the time curling my hair and things like that, I just didn't get as much reading time as I hoped. But I did get to about page 170 or something in this last night, and then I've just finished this off now. I mean, what do you say about a Holocaust survivor story? Very heart-wrenching. It didn't actually affect me as emotionally as much as I thought it would. I did cry at the end, but I thought that I'd be a mess the whole way through. And I think that comes from Art Spiegelman's father, whose kind of story you're following, Vladik. He is a very hard to relate to character, but I think one of the things I liked about this was that it really showed how the next generation of people really struggled and still struggle. Obviously, we're several, generations kind of past now, and really struggled to comprehend the atrocities that these people were faced with and what that meant for them after. Obviously he survived the war, but that didn't mean that he wasn't affected for the rest of his life in so many things. His father became the type of person who would never throw out a crumb of food, never let a single crumb of food go to waste, because he understood what it was to go hungry and, really miserly, with his money and things like that, because, again, he lived through a time when every valuable that he had was taken from him. And, and it really shows the relationship between him and his son really struggling to understand that. And it did touch on a lot of, really, interesting commentary on stuff like that. As I mentioned, the art style in this is not, my favorite type of, this kind of black and white pencil sketchish type drawing is not my favorite, but I really do kind of appreciate, the allegory type of thing that he was going for with the cats and mice, and, you've also got, pigs in here, I think, is it pigs I think the pigs were supposed to represent, it is written in here somewhere, hold on, let me see if I can find it, for the non-Jewish Polish people, is that what it is? I saw a list of it written, where was it? I'm not going to be able to find it now, but I'm trying to explain it to you guys. I am not going to be able to find the list. Where was it listed? I don't know. Why is it this hard to find? No, I don't know. I thought I saw it. I'm sure I saw a list somewhere, because I remember reading it and going, oh, I didn't realize this had anything in it except for cats and mice, but it does. It has pigs, like I said, I think was the non-Jewish Polish people. You then also had frogs for some French people at one point. You also had dogs to represent kind of the Americans when the Americans came into the war. Oh, this piece of hair right here, I am feeling it. The rest of the hair, not so much, but this one curl. Anyway, I say I really enjoyed this. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 stars. Really, really enjoyable. Like I said, I just don't feel like I can give it 5 because it is a graphic story and I wasn't in love with the artwork. So yeah, that is it. I don't have anything going on the rest of this afternoon and tonight. I am going to move on now to Ruin and Rising, the last reread of the Grisha trilogy. I'm also probably gonna, I don't know how much of that I'm gonna get read. I'm pretty happy with just having finished that this weekend, and I'll definitely at least get some of it read before bed, but I'm probably gonna also watch a movie, maybe watch some Glee. I'm not really too sure. And yeah, that's it. I don't think I'll have any other books to report to you guys this afternoon, so I'll check in with you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Monday tomorrow, how depressing. But yeah, that is it for this particular clip, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Hi guys, it is 9:15 p.m. on Monday the 7th of May. It's a lot later than I normally check in. I don't even know what happened. Time got away from me, and then I had to rush to knitting when I got home from work. And then I came home from knitting like 10 minutes ago, and I'm already in my fuzzy pajama top. So I did want to give you guys a reading update though, because I have read a lot since I last spoke to you. So when I last spoke to you, I believe I hadn't even picked up Ruin and Rising yet. It was the next book I was going to pick up, and I have since, I'm trying to get it for you guys, I have since read and finished Ruin and Rising. So I read like, I don't know, I want to say like 170 something pages last night. I want to say, that could be a lie, but approximately thereabouts last night. And then I finished this today while I was at work. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. There's not too much of my past review that I can read because a lot of it is it's got spoiler tags in it. So if you do want to know my review of Ruin and Rising, like, and you've read it and you want to know my spoilery thoughts, because there is one thing about the ending that I don't, it's not that I don't like, I think it could have been handled better, but overall, really loved the trilogy. This is a 5-star book for me. I enjoyed it so much. There's such great character development across the whole trilogy. And I love that at the end of my review, I wrote, I can't wait to pick up Six of Crows. And that was like 2 or 3 years ago. And I still haven't picked up Six of Crows. But I'm going to very, very soon. So yeah, I finished that today. I haven't listened to any audiobook. I don't have any audiobooks that have come in. I've got like 6 on hold, but none that have come off hold yet. So I've just been listening to podcasts. And next I will be picking up my NetGalley read, The Camera Lies by A.B. Morgan. I'll be picking that up next. I'm, as you can see, as I mentioned, already dressed for bed, and I'm pretty tired, so I'm probably just gonna turn on the lamp and get into bed and read like a couple of chapters of The Camera Lies before I go to bed, and then that'll be it for the night. And then I'll check in with you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. I'm getting the acrylics tomorrow night after work, so oh, you can see that too. So I curled my hair on Saturday, and I got my first ever curling iron burn because I used an actual curling, I don't know if curling iron is the right term, curling wand, whatever. I used that. I've previously used a Miracle, which is like one of those machines where like you take like a little section of hair and you put it on the end and it like sucks all the hair up and spits out a curl. And this is the first time I'd ever used a proper like curling one myself, and I literally burnt my hand in like the first 3 seconds of using it, so that was fun. Anyway, but yeah, I'm getting the acrylics tomorrow after work, so I'll check in with you guys. Maybe I'll check in with you guys after that appointment so we can see the acrylics. And because that appointment is at 6, so I'm not going to have very much time when I get home. I'm literally going to get home, feed the cat, and then have to leave straight away basically to get to that appointment. The nail lady only lives like 10 minutes from where I live, so it won't take me too long, but I generally don't get home until like 5:40, so I'll literally basically have like 10 minutes. So yeah, but I'll check in with you guys when I get home from that appointment. We can do a reading update and check out what my nails are going to look like. I hope I love it. I'm nervous about it, but I just am really feeling it. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys when I get home from work. Tomorrow is the moral of the story. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 10:07 p.m. on Tuesday, the 8th of May. We have another late night clip where I look very similar to yesterday's clip. I'm already in my PJs. The difference is tonight I've already turned off my overhead light and everything. I'm literally about to settle down to read for just a little bit before I go to sleep. But I did want to give you guys an update because this will be the last day of this particular vlog. So, as I mentioned yesterday, I finished Ruin and Rising, and I did pick up my next read, which is The Camera Lies by A.B. Morgan. Last night I read a little bit of it before I went to bed. This is a NetGalley read. It's an adult thriller that follows a man who, basically he is the host of like a true crime type television series, and in this particular story he's editing a clip and stuff that he's done from an interview with a man who has been convicted of killing his wife. And the man admits to killing his wife. Like, everyone agrees that he did it, but he doesn't remember doing it, he's saying. And so this guy has interviewed him, and you're getting kind of pieces of the interview, and then also the main character and his team from the show, like, doing further research into the case, trying to figure out, like, what happened, what would cause him to snap and kill his wife, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. It's really strange because I was like 100% convinced, well, maybe not 100%, but I was pretty convinced that this was written by a man. Like, it feels like it's written by a man, but it's not. It's actually written by a woman, which is weird to me because it's like one of those books where everything about women and a lot of the storyline seems to be really overly sexualized. And there's also, and not that this is necessarily a man thing, but there's a lot of fat shaming in it. Like, there's a character in it that's overweight, and like the author just keeps making a point about how this character keeps blaming their weight problem on their thyroid, but while they're just like chowing down on all this food, and it's just like kind of offensive. So I'm not enjoying that part of it, and I also feel like I have already guessed the twist. I mean, I don't know because I'm not up to the point where that's maybe going to be revealed, but like, I feel pretty confident that that's what's going to be. And I'm sorry, I didn't say how far of the way through. So I read about 13% of it last night, and I didn't have anywhere near as much time to read today as I would have liked. And then I had my nail appointment after work, and then I had to edit my book haul video, which will already be out by the time you see this, because that is being uploaded. I wanted it to get it up tomorrow morning. I'm trying to like make back a bit of the time that I lost by uploading my last video late. And so I literally basically read like a chapter or two I think I've read 2 chapters since I've been home from work, and I didn't get anywhere near as much time to read. Anyway, long story short, I'm only just on halfway. I think I'm at like 49%. So I am going to read a little bit of it now. I'll probably read like another, I don't know, probably not that much, like maybe 5-10% before I go to sleep. And then hopefully finish it off tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm not at the point where anything's been revealed, but it seems pretty obvious to me. So we'll see whether I'm right or if I'm wrong, but I'm not enjoying it the way that I hoped to. So yeah. Oh, but let's talk about the nails, shall we? So I did get acrylic nails today. I'll see if I can show you a bit clearer, get a bit of light. So I've gone for a grey colour with like a silver glitter. I don't think you can see it very well in this light, but like a silver glitter accent nail on the ring fingers. And I didn't know how I would feel about the acrylics. I'm pretty in love with them. I haven't gone, as you can see, too long because I type like a crazy amount. Well, not like a crazy amount, but I type a lot for my job, and I just didn't want it to be like interfere with my daily tasks. And I actually already have done a bit of typing on the computer, like on my laptop, and it was fine. The actually only thing I've struggled with so far is actually typing on my phone has been a bit weird. And pen. I picked up a pen to write something before, and like I can write, but I just had to really think about the way I was holding the pen. But yeah, I am actually really enjoying them, and I feel, I don't know, I feel like very like sophisticated, and I'm sure I'm going to be like tapping my nails on like lots of books and just like doing a lot of nail tapping in future because I feel pretty happy with them. So anyway, that was completely off topic. I apologize that this last clip of the vlog is so shittily lit and so shittily appearance. My hair is looking pretty trashy, and I'm looking pretty trashy, and my skin's looking trashy, and I'm in my pajamas, and there's only a lamp, but you know, this is, you know, real life vlogging. So this is what you get, but there will be an outro after this. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the outro, and I'm sure I'll see you very soon in a new vlog as well. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching my most recent reading vlog. I would love to know how your guys' May reading month kicked off. I'm pretty happy with how mine's going so far, especially considering I don't think I've read any audiobooks. Well, not completed. I did DNF The Witch by Ronald Hutton, but apart from that, I haven't listened to any audiobooks so far in May, so I'm pretty happy with how many things I've managed to get completed considering that. So, yes, that is it for this particular video. Please comment down below how your May reading month's going. As I said, please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. But that is all I have for this video today. Bye, guys.